Another dream that I had to y'all. I don't usually dream about celebrities or famous people, and Rihanna is just one person I dream about. Only one time I had to dream about her. But Rihanna, I had this dream that she was walking with a bunch of people, and some of these people work for her. It looks like it was people in her team, people in her crew, and things like that, maybe assistants and things like that. And they were following her down this hallway that had like green trees. It seemed like it was like um, it looked like a Caribbean type of place, but it wasn't the Caribbean. It was like it looks like a hotel or like somewhere where she owned like another piece of property. So I'm in this dream, I'm a part of the group of people that's with her, and she is walking towards like a small condo or apartment building. So when she's working and she's moving around, she has different areas that she would stay in. I guess like for some celebrities or people, it is actually cheaper for them to maybe rent apartments or buy homes in different states because it's more expensive for them to just keep staying in different hotels. So they'll just like buy a residence or rent a residence somewhere if they're in that city a lot. So there was a small like condo type place that she had, and she was bringing her and all of her friends there, and her best friend was with her too. And I saw her walking behind her, and one thing I didn't notice about her is like she's really very nice. Like she's a really humble person. Her spirit is actually very humble. When I was speaking with her, when she was walking towards her condo type of area. Like it was a small place too. It wasn't really flashy or anything. It's just a place that she just was comfortable in, and she was moving around with for her music and things like that. And she was dressed like normally, and she was really very nice and very very humble. So we get to this small like apartment or condo place, and we're sitting down. I'm talking with her a little bit, and I guess the conversation wasn't the most important part of the dream. Couldn't really hear what we're saying, but it was just like really general conversation. Just speaking with her, she's real nice. She seemed very very friendly, kind of like your friend down the block, like real friendly personality. But so later on in the dream, a dream skip from one thing to the next. The next scene I saw Rihanna, she was going to meet up with a man, and this man was in music in some way. He had some type of pull in music, and he actually in the dream he was a DJ. He was a dark skinned black man, and he was for some reason he was a DJ or something. Like she met up with him at some kind of like function or party or club or something, but she knew the man, she knew who he was. And so she met up with the man, and this man was like instantly when they met up together, I felt the spirit of lust like heavily for with her and this man, mostly coming from him. So she takes the man back to her small condo or place, and she has sex with this man, and the man, it looks like whenever she's in this specific location, it was like a routine, like this man that she would have sex with this man, and she had some feeling for this man too, and while they were in the bed together, he said something to her, and he kind of like touched her on the stomach and said to her something like, "Wow, like your body is very amazing." Like he was like giving her a lot of flatteries about her body itself, and then he was telling her like if he was a woman, he would want to have a body like hers. No, no, that's not what he said. He said he would do anything for a body like hers. Like he would do anything for it. I know it sounds kind of like he's saying something feminine, but in the dream it didn't come off like that. It sounded like in the interpretation I got in the dream that he was lusting after her, and whatever feeling she had towards the person, it wasn't it wasn't it wasn't the same that feeling he had towards her. Like she was like she had feelings for this person. It wasn't extremely strong, but she liked this person a lot, but the person was just lusting after her because of her body and what she represents, like lust and how she looked basically. And I remember when he touched her on the stomach and he said that to her, like he said it to her. He treated her almost like a piece of meat, like the way he said it to her, like she was a piece of meat. That's the interpretation. I know it sounds like feminine the way he says it, like I would I would do anything to have a body like yours. But he said it to her like you're like a piece of meat or ass to this person. And when he said it to her, she was kind of sad, like because she looked kind of like disgusted because it seemed like something that people say to her in her personal life or professionally. People make comments to her about her body in general, and they lust after her, and it's very hard for her to find like real relationships because people lust after her. And sometimes they have like different motives of trying to propel their own careers, so she has a hard time with that. But this man, he had some kind of pull musically. And I felt like even though he was a DJ in the dream, it's something, he represented something bigger than just a DJ. Like he had some type of connections. This man, he didn't seem like some everyday guy. He knew her, and he knew her professionally too, and she was having a sexual relationship with this man. And also, I want to reveal to you guys the real reason why Rihanna gained weight. Okay, and I'm not saying this is a confirmation or anything like that. This is something that I feel strongly in my spirit. The reason why Rihanna gained weight the way she did is because she had a miscarriage. She, like how people were saying she looks pregnant, that's because she was pregnant and she had a miscarriage. I believe this girl actually had a miscarriage. And somebody said that to me. And we were talking about her randomly one day because everybody was saying that she was pregnant. And I was thinking like, wow, good for her. Maybe she's just not ready to reveal it. And then later on, we spoke about her again, and the person was like, she probably had a miscarriage. I believe she actually had a miscarriage, and she kept a weight on her body, not kind of like just like a slap it, like middle finger up to, not to be lewd or anything, like middle finger up to all of the people that lust after her, because behind the scenes people actually really do lust after her, and they expect her to keep up this image, this perfect image of her body all the time. Don't be fooled by things that celebrities say that they gorge in food and they do all this. No, they don't. It's just a lie. It's just a lie. They eat. These people eat like birds. Okay, they don't eat food. They don't really eat like that. They don't eat healthy meals. Okay, I even heard one time her trainer said something, like her physical trainer said that when she's back at home in her own home, she sits at the place, because I guess he was saying that she has like a kind of like a bar table, like those tables that are kind of like attached to the wall. It's not like a real table, and it has like bar stools. Where she sits, she puts a mirror in front of her plate so that she can see herself eating, so that she won't overeat. So she puts a mirror in front of her dish so that when she eats, she doesn't overeat. So the mirror kind of like reminds her not to go overboard. So don't believe what you hear. She doesn't eat properly. And that's because the music industry and people behind her, they're forcing her to keep up that image. And also she did have a miscarriage. Don't confirm that. This is what I believe, that she actually had a miscarriage. And people in her group professionally released a statement saying that she's going through something personally, and she never revealed it. That's all they ever said. Like she's going through something personally, and that's why she gained weight. And she really kept the weight on, just like the story I just told you about the man lusting after her body. She kept on the weight because she knows that lust after her. People lust after her body. And it was almost like kind of like middle finger up to you type of thing to these people, because she's sick of the image that she has to keep upholding. And she was really very depressed after she had this miscarriage. So these celebrities, y'all, they're suffering. Most of them are suffering. Imagine you're making all this money and you can't even enjoy it. You can't go out and gorge on some good food at a buffet because you have to keep up a skinny figure, because everybody's lusting after you, and you have to keep an image as an artist, and they see it's like, oh, you're not attractive anymore, we don't want nothing to do with you. So they're suffering. Okay, you can't even enjoy the fruits of your labor and go out once in a while and just gorge on some good like buffet or anything. They have to constantly be on all the time. So this is what I believe that she had a miscarriage, and she's never going to talk about it or reveal it, but maybe in the future she will. But I believe that she actually had a miscarriage, and that's why she gained the weight, and she kept some of the weight on because she's sick of people trying to keep her in a certain image. Okay, so that's all I had to say, y'all. I hope y'all stay blessed in the name of Jesus.